Hey everyone, this is Victor from Cyborg for Life, and I want to welcome you to episode 176 of Limb Lengthening Live, where the patients interview the guests. And today we have an amazing panel of limb lengthening patients here. So first up, today's show, we're going to go ahead and do an update on all of them, see where they are in their lengthening journey. Some of them are done. Some of them are excited to share some new findings and happenings in their lengthening process. And then we're going to go ahead and turn tide, and they're going to give you guys some tips for patients who are newer considering this procedure, newer prospective patients, people who are going through it and need to navigate the waters of this rigorous process. So, all right. So first up on the show, we got our man Noah here. He is a femur lengthening patient, and Noah's going to give us the rundown of what's been happening with him. What's up, Noah?
Oh, same old. About 4.7, I think, centimeters in now, out of 7 that I'm aiming for. Just had nerve pain start about a week and a half ago. It's not terrible. It's mostly just numbness. That it's not even in my femur; it's in my tibia. It's like this. I think it's the Cephalus nerve or Cephalus. I don't know. But it goes down like the left side of my tibia. That gets a little bit tight, and I feel it go numb sometimes. It's more annoying than it is painful, though. So it's not a big deal. It's been pretty stable the past, I'd say, week and a half now. I think the gabapentin and nerve glides have been quite helpful with that. But other than that, I'm happy with the progress, and I just hope when I see Dr. Sinas tomorrow, he doesn't tell me to slow down, because he's quite conservative with these things. So if I tell him like I got nerve stuff going on, he's gonna be like, "Oh, nope, stop." But I do what he tells me, so that's all I can do.
Right. No, that's definitely that saphenous nerve that was bothering Socrates as well during his lengthening process for femurs, and he shot for 8 and he got it. So it's something that, like, if the patient can tolerate it, you can keep pushing. So you're at 4.7 centimeters for the full 7 that you're going for. You're seeing your Dr. Sinats tomorrow. So you started. What was your? When did you start your surgery? I mean, when was your surgery? Sorry.
That was August 25th.
Okay. So you're just you're just about 2 months in right now, and you're going for 7. How fast are you lengthening per day? What's the amount of turns you're doing?
0.66 millimeters a day, so 2 turns at 0.33.
Okay.
So decent slow.
Yeah, and the nerve pain's only on one side, right?
Yeah, no. Again, like I think I said in the first stream I was on here, I expected my right leg to be the problem child, and it just has been. It's given me nonstop problems, and my left leg has just been just chilling. But yeah, it's just the right leg.
That's crazy. And let me ask you, were you an athlete of any sort? Did you have like a dominant leg that you used for that right leg a lot or anything like that?
I think so. One thing I remember is so when I was in the infantry, we did a land navigation exercise. And before we stepped off, one of the warrant officers got us to just walk 100 meters and see which way we stray. And for me, it was my right leg a lot. So I would stray off to the right. So in terms of theory, that's so you have to compensate for that when you're doing land navigation. You're walking long distances and whatever. But I think in terms of sports, because I played hockey, I played soccer. Before the surgery, I'm a long distance runner. Not as far as Socrates, but getting there. So I was quite athletic, and I do think I'm probably a bit more harsh on my right leg, or maybe a bit right leg dominant.
Gotcha. No, definitely, because it's so funny you bring that up, because I was asking another femur patient the same thing, and they told me that they were a runner and I don't know if it was a hiker or those rock climber type things, and they would have a dominant leg, and the leg that was bothered by nerve pain was their dominant leg. It's so weird, So yeah, that's really interesting that you say that. Well, I'm like you said, it's tolerable. So you're still lengthening, you're still pushing through, but let's hope the Dr. Sanas doesn't stop you. So man, keep us posted. All right, man, we'll keep it rolling here. So next up we have Codeman Red. Codeman Red, give me a minute. I'm gonna pull up your content here because I didn't download it yet, but we're gonna go to Aaron actually. So let me pull him in the thing. So Aaron brought some amazing X-rays for you guys to see, and he's gonna talk about what has happened here. So Aaron, talk to us, brother. Oh, he's got to leave. Hold on. He's gonna come right back on. You guys know Aaron's microphone tactic.
It's okay, we all get stage fright.
Here he comes.
All right. Is this working?
You're on 10-4. Let's got it.
Yeah, so what you're seeing is the lateral side of my left leg, and it actually turns out that my left side is actually healing better overall than my right side. The opposite of what I initially thought. But man, like since a month ago, I felt pretty normal on my left leg. Like I felt like I could just like bear weight. but it really wasn't the bone that I was feeling so much. It was more so like my muscles. But yeah, this is like the anterior posterior view of my X-rays. Last Friday, October 24th. You can kind of see like there's some pretty solid healing on the, I guess like on both sides, both left and right. The left on the outside still has a little bit of a gap to fill in. Same thing with left, but I'm pretty much like cleared for full weight bearing. I can walk around the house. I can even go up and down stairs unassisted, and I've tried doing that like unassisted, and even without holding on to any handrails, and I was able to do perfectly fine. I felt perfectly normal. Walking gait still has a little bit of work to do. My hips still feel pretty tight. So Dr. Robbins gave me a list of stuff that I need to work on. So I took a picture of like some of the things that he made a list. So it's the rectus femoris, iliopsoas, tensor fasciolata, or IT band.
Interesting.
So I'll work on those a little bit. But the more I walk, the more you can easily tell like which muscle groups are tight, and the more you walk, the more loose it'll be over time.
That's so interesting.
It should be the right lateral view. I think you should.
Yeah. Let me show that. Hold on. There we go. Right there.
That's the left one.
Oh, I only saw two. One. Did you attach more? Hold on. Let me go back to your email.
Yeah. I got the right one.
Oh, it was in the middle there. See, I got it. I didn't even see it. Let me get that. Yeah.
No problem.
So Aaron, you're saying that he's telling you to work a lot of the anterior muscles and the lateral muscles, but you're getting tight in the medial muscles. Like, can you go over that again really quick?
Yeah, no, I mean, so far I'm just pretty much tight on my hip flexors. So like, Thomas stretch can help a little bit with that. But in addition to like my hips, he just said that I could still work on my rectus femoris, iliopsoas, tensor fasciolata, IT band. IT band I don't really feel that tight.
Yeah.
To be honest, but it's really more so my hips that is like affecting most of my walking gait.
Got it. All right. I just let me download this one. This is your right one. It's coming up right now. Yep. All right, let's pull that up, share screen. And you had good news for us. You said that you were cleared.
Yeah, so as far as like walking inside the house, going short distances, I'm pretty much like I can walk unassisted.
Okay.
I can go, like I said, I can go up and down stairs as long as I'm holding onto the handrail. I even tried it without it, and I still did perfectly fine. All right, so this view right here. So the backside, Dr. Robbins said it was like adequate. I can still see a little bit of bone. I compared it to like my past X-rays, and it is coming like very slowly. But my front side just healed like super fast. Yeah. But because it's like my bone is supported by the rod, and like 3 of the cortices are perfectly like growing like fine. I'm pretty much full weight bearing. Like I can stand like on one leg, and I can just stand on it like for a long time. Like same thing with my other leg. I'm like I said, I'm pretty much full weight bearing for like body weight exercises.
Yeah, so really that's one thing that several surgeons over the years that I've interviewed, they said it like, look, this nail does account for some weight bearing capacity, not very much. It's a non-weight bearing nail, but then you have bone cortices. He's connected here in the front, the side. It's just this posterior component of his femur. And did he kind of like predict of when that would kind of fill in?
Unfortunately not. And the thing about this, some people might be wondering, it's like, how can like one particular side of the bone not heal? There's no answer for that. I mean, my left side was growing perfectly fine. It was worked by Dr. Paley. Dr. Robbins worked on this leg. So I don't think the surgeon skill has absolutely anything to do with it. So Dr. Robbins, if you're watching this, I'm not putting this on you. Obviously, like your body will heal however it's going to heal, but it's just coming by very slowly. It'll eventually fill in.
Right. And I just want to look back at these for 1 second. I mean, these are just look at his left leg. I mean, it's incredible. This is absolutely incredible. This is textbook stuff. Because Aaron, just summarize when was surgery, when did you stop lengthening, how much length did you get, and then
yeah, absolutely. So actually, interesting story. So May 21st was my surgery. I stopped lengthening August 29th. That's a little bit over 3 months. So this and 2 months later from lengthening, these are my X-rays. So I'm pretty much like 5 months, almost exactly from surgery. Now I got 7.6 on my left and then about 8 centimeters on my right. And I purposely did that just to like try to resolve that initial discrepancy that I had that I know that I couldn't feel, and it's not going to really affect anything. But I pretty much lengthened almost the entire way, a solid 3 inches.
That's crazy. That is awesome. And if you guys look at this is an AP view, anterior posterior view, and if you look at it like this, you would say, oh, he's super healed, like he's perfectly fine. But then that's when that lateral view comes in. And Dr. Robbins on last week said one view is no view. It's very true, because from this view, you would say he could run, jump, and do whatever he wants. But from the other view, it's like, hey, you can weight bear, but you can't do anything crazy because we get, possible problems. But look at that. Just
he estimated like by Thanksgiving, I should be able to do most of everything, like a little bit of like light jogging, and I don't know about like heavy squats or anything. I'm not, but we'll see what happens a month from now.
That's incredible, brother. I'm so happy for you. I mean, this is awesome. Textbook healing. Awesome. The Brad Pitt of limb lengthening. This guy's been like a celebrity in like every media article out there. So I got to say thank you to Aaron for all of his help in the community lately. But okay, we're rolling along. So next up, let me just stop sharing there, and we have. I gotta stop sharing this one too. All right, so yeah, we got some more content here from Codeman Red. He is on the show. What's up, Codeman Red? How are you?
Yo, what up? I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. All right. So I'm going to bring on this video you sent me last week, I believe. Obviously, we had Dr. Robbins on, so we weren't going to do that. But today we are. So this is your Cody's 2.0 height journey. This video is okay to show?
Doesn't know who I am. I'll just go ahead and say real quick. Yeah, it's just I'm in the consolidation phase. I'm working on getting back to walking normal and stuff. So this was just a fun little video I threw together of some of the content that I got like before. I knew I was going to definitely do it, and then throughout the process. So it's a little bit of like motivation for people that are doing it too.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play this without further ado. You guys are in for a treat. He's feeling himself.
We all know that song.
I love it. Yeah, look at my boy go. Oh,
my hair cutter.
Wow, that's incredible.
My dog.
Oh, that walk's getting so smooth. Wow. Dude. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna run that back in a minute, but dude, that was incredible. Wow. Like, first of all, the rap scheme, like, that was awesome. I didn't know you were a musician. I love it. I love it.
Curious on my end, for some reason the audio was doing like a wave, like quiet and loud. Was that anybody else hear it that way?
Yeah, that was mine too.
It was you guys too? That's so weird. On my end it was okay. I don't know what happened on YouTube. Hopefully it went through clear. But yeah, I mean, I'll play it again. Hopefully it doesn't have any reverb. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the way I loaded up. But yeah, man, that was incredible.
I just have a quick question, if you don't mind. How the hell were you doing upper body workouts while lengthening? For me, the walker itself just destroys my upper body, just using it every day, going back and forth to the bathroom. I can't do any upper body stuff. I'm too sore. Like,
no, yeah, definitely. I think I was doing it sparingly just to kind of upkeep stuff. I think I more so hit muscles that don't naturally get hit, like through walker and transfer and like even wheelchair, right? That's a lot of chest and front delt. So I would probably do light stuff on that. But yeah, I probably just did like rear delts and
yeah,
stuff.
my chest is a lot like more toned now, just using the walker all the time. So it's like isometric, just because I hop. I don't walk with the walker. I hop around. So I do a lot of isometric, just holding it, and yeah, it's getting quite toned.
Yeah, I am to the point where I'm able to go to the gym with just the walker. It is like cloud nine from, having to use my wheelchair. But it's funny. Yeah, the other day I was doing, chest and stuff. And it's like I was doing dips, and it's like it's hard to like max yourself out when you're like, OK, I still have to get up on my walker and go all the way through this big ass gym, to get home. So but no, totally.
That's crazy. Now, Codeman Red, just give everybody a summary. Well, I'm converting your thing from an MOV to MP4, see if it helps. But while that happens, can you give everybody a summary of when your surgery was, what your starting height was, how much you lengthened, when you stopped, and yeah, what you're at now?
For sure, yeah. So I had my surgery on May 13th, and I had a pretty typical like healing process. I did not. I mean, I took my time, so I didn't probably average 1 millimeter a day. It was probably closer to like 7.5 or 0.75. But yeah, and then by the time I got to 65 milliliters, I decided to pause. I actually was convinced I was done, or it was actually 67.25. And I was just like, that's great. I'm starting to get a little tight. And then I think I had, done a physical therapy thing where I gained a lot of flexibility back. And then I just couldn't do it to myself to stretch it more. So I stopped for like 2 weeks. And in that time, I actually, really thought about it. I got to kind of go out.
Oh, sorry. Hold on, let me close it.
Now the audio's clear, but now it's just
now it's kind of like muffled. But we'll play like this, and then I'll go back to the other one. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries. So let's see. So yeah, I thought I was done at 67.25. I got to really like decide if I'm happy with that, because my concern was proportions. So I was actually super happy with how it looked once things were kind of settling in, how the new like thigh length looked, and I didn't want to mess that up. But I decided ultimately that I wanted to keep going and see, just take it day by day, but with the goal being 80 millimeters. And then I ended up stopping at I think it was 75 millimeters flat. Maybe, oh no, 74. So that was my sweet spot. And ever since then, I've been stretching. It hasn't been, 4 times a day like it used to be, but the flexibility has come back. It's just amazing what's possible, like with your body. And I've been just taking it easy with the walking. That's been definitely a roller coaster, but it's coming in there.
That's incredible, brother. So 74 millimeters. I mean, that's huge. That's a little over 3 inches, right?
Yeah. The video's playing. Is that supposed to be playing?
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to mute it while you were going, but like it's all kind of like squished down. But no,
yeah. Okay.
But
no worries. But sorry, what did you ask?
Yeah. So basically, you got set. Yeah. No, it's not pausing.
So I started off at 5'1.5".
Okay.
And then I grew, basically 3 inches. And funny enough, in my life and with people and stuff, it seems to read more like 5'6". And I'll take it, whatever it is, who knows, but I really seem to gain the most out of it. And I'm really happy with it. Walking, I feel like I had a nice burst of like progress in the beginning, and then it's interesting how it's been going in the middle. I still use my walker, and even around the house I'll use the wheelchair a little bit, but like it's kind of a couple steps forward and then like a step back because it stays sore for a while and stuff. But I think that might also be, I wonder if anybody else can agree with this, that's in the consolidation phase, that like it's almost like your nerves are waking up, or the feeling in your legs are waking up as the bone grows in. I don't know if that's it, because it's just like, why is it so sore? Although today is a good day, so I can basically sometimes walk around on my own without the walker. Definitely a lot, but it'll go back to using the walker sometimes. So
yeah. I'm gonna ask Aaron and Noah about that in a second. We'll ask Master Consolidator as well. But I noticed that for when I had tibial lengthening, it's like that was the same case for me. It's like when I was cleared to walk, I was walking for a few days, or like, for a few hours or whatever. And then I would still kind of go to crutch or just take it easy. Right. It's because of the muscles, the soft tissue. There's a lot of adaptation period there. But yeah, let's ask Aaron. Aaron, so as you started to walk more and more, did you notice that you had to kind of like gradually build yourself up? Did you get sore at any point?
Soreness, I guess not so much soreness, but like I can tell, well, immediately from starting to walk, I can tell like my muscles are like, my quads were pretty weak. So there was that. And also like I said, my right side in terms of like bone pain, it was just a little bit sore more than my left. My left, I didn't really feel anything. So like in the morning, like when I got up to like first stand on my feet, like I can tell, like, you know, if I put just a little bit of pressure or weight on my right, it would just be sore a little bit. But like during the daytime, it's just absolutely like it's perfect. But you only get pretty, like, I guess you get sore like around morning and nighttime. But no, I mean, so far, I think the more I walk, the more loose I am, like, each day. But it's pretty much coming on like very slowly.
Very slowly. Yeah. Okay. And then Noah, you're still going, obviously, but like, let's just say that you use the walker a lot one day, you know, and you're walking around a lot. Do you feel like that buildup of just use of your legs, does it kind of bite back at you a little bit?
So speaking of use of legs, this is what I do to try
to he's doing a mini
prevent that atrophy a bit.
He's multitasking. We love it.
I love this thing. I'm on it for like 40 minutes a day. I don't know if that's okay. Probably ask the doctor. He just said it was fine in general. So I don't have much resistance on it. But in terms of the legs, like a few times I have just like tried walking, and like obviously with support of the walker, and I do get sore. I used to have pretty big quads. They're reduced to nothing now. I don't even feel them anymore. Like it just feels like nothing. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But other than that, yeah, I do definitely get sore. So when I do it, I imagine when I'm trying to rebuild the atrophied muscle, it'll probably be a bit more work to do as well.
Gotcha. Very good. Awesome. All right. So guys, I'm going to play Codeman Red's video one more time, and then we're going to go into Master Consolidator, who recently did his tibias. So let me see here if I can turn the music up, and we're going to play this through. Now, this dimensions are kind of squished. It's weird because I'm sharing as a video, but hopefully the audio is okay. So you got to hear what this guy's saying. That's awesome. I apologize the dimensions. I have no idea what this thing does.
No, that was kind of fun, honestly.
It was just like
Reminds me of like that fat Putin meme.
Yeah, wide Putin. It's wide Putin. Yeah.
Yes, wide Putin.
I love it. That's great. Thanks so much for sharing, Codeman Red. That's awesome content. And yeah, so you finished up. I mean, he's healing up now, and his walk's getting better and better there. So that's great. All right. So next up, we have. Let me just bring on. How do I stop sharing this? We are going to bring on Master Broken. Let's see here. I can't even read his whole name.
Master Broken Legs. Six broken.
He's evolving.
Yeah, he's evolving.
Evolved like a Pikachu from Master Consolidator. But I think I'm not Master Consolidator. Mr. Aaron is. He's consolidating like crazy.
He is, man. But tell us what's been happening with you, man. You got your tibia lengthening surgery, what, 2 weeks ago?
No, 10 days ago.
10 days.
Tibia is done.
Last Tuesday.
Yeah. And I just got my staples removed today. And yeah, I mean, it's been a wild ride since then.
Just rolling with the punches. You're not getting away that easy, man. Look, tibia lengthening is a little bit different ball game than femur lengthening. So I'm gonna put you on the spot, the hot seat, and we're gonna ask you some questions. So, what was the pain like compared to femur lengthening right after surgery?
I felt it more for tibias. Yeah.
Okay.
Femurs, I didn't have much pain. Tibias, I can feel it more. Right now, like it's much reduced. Like the first 3 days were hard. I was not having a fun time, and then after that, it went down. Right now, there's still some pain on the front area. But it's only when I when I lay down for a while and then immediately stand, then it like lingers in for about 5-10 minutes and then it goes away. So the movement seems to help. Yeah.
Gotcha. And did you? She did the fasciotomy. Did she also inject Botox for the calf?
Yeah.
She did. She did all that. Okay.
Actually,
And what's your goal for your tibia lengthening?
7.
7. Okay. And you achieved full 8.3 on your femurs, correct?
Yeah, 8.2.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, whatever millimeter.
That's crazy. All right. And obviously you got the precise 2 nail. How many steps are you taking now? Because obviously you were up to like 10,000 steps a day or even more.
No, not 10,000. I was doing
I mean, it's probably 3,000, 4,000.
Yeah, I was like doing 3,000, 4,000 during femurs, and then we kind of slowed it down at the end because it was still not putting enough bone. So, and the nails were fully extended, so I kind of reduced to 2,500, 3,000, and then now right now it's not a step thing. Is not much of a goal right now. Maybe yesterday I did like 1,000 steps, probably around there until further notice until I can get things more going. So I'm not very concerned about doing a lot of walking or too much walking right now. But yeah, but I'm walking around for sure. And it's just right now focusing on my the knee glides and ankle pumps because my feet are like balloons, like balloon animals. So you can like poke them and they feel like they're about to burst. So I'm just trying to get my ankle pumps to get the swelling down. It's much better than yesterday. Yeah.
I was just about to ask about those 2 things in particular, about swelling post-surgery, because you're in the post-surgery phase up until 3 weeks or so. So swelling, obviously you told us about the pain, and then what are you doing for mobility? You kind of said ankle pumps, knee glides, and all that. So, so how bad was the swelling right after surgery? Was it like, your legs before surgery? What would you say? A 25% increase, 30% increase?
So I was fully wrapped up with the mummy wraps.
Mummy wraps.
And the physio I would only unwrap, only my physio would come and unwrap it. And at that point, I just didn't want to look at my legs because it was all like a bloody mess. Because there's a lot more screws and whatnot that goes on. So I don't want to look at it. So it was reasonably swollen, but I can see my feet. There were definitely balloons, and there were still balloons up to yesterday. I feel like when I take steps, I feel like I'm like a big dinosaur taking with a long neck taking big steps, like boom boom, because they're so swollen. Up until yesterday, they were quite swollen, and then probably like a 30%.
30% increase.
Yeah, they all kind of like after once the compressions are on, they're only really unwrapped for physio, which is like an hour, and I always get straight back to mummy wrap. And so I would never really see the lower legs anyways. I could just see my feet very swollen. Today I'm off. I'm finally off the wraps, and so I can see my legs now.
Yeah,
they look. I mean, they're a bit swollen. They're not too bad. I don't think. I think the swelling went down now.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I have to say that for a fact that I know that my tibia was swollen up until about that 10th day where I figured out the casting technique, which is wraps for you. I would really go down that rabbit hole of trying to like keep that compression on, because it did help me tremendously. I know for a fact you get rid of that swelling, you can move around a lot better, because when you stand up, I mean, gravity's going to put all that pooling of that edema, it's going to go to your feet. So yeah, just keep the elevation, keep wrapping. And what we were talking with Dr. Robbins last week is like elevate first and then wrap if you can, or if your physio can do it for you. Because it's like let the fluid go back towards your heart and stuff, and like then you can go ahead and wrap it and keep the compression on. So very cool, man. Let's see, what else do I want to ask you about? This is the point I want to ask you about this, because a lot of patients are asking about tibial lengthening and limb lengthening. So what about because she did a fasciotomy, do you feel that in particular, or is it more like the osteotomy, like the bone break?
Well, when we did femurs, I didn't feel anything. For osteotomy, I think it was just more like random muscle things that she went through that I kind of felt. I don't remember what I really felt for femurs, but right now I do. I still. I don't think I feel bones broken. I think it is the fasciotomy. It's like the inner the inner sorry, I would say try to describe it.
Anterior, yeah.
Anterior medial.
Tibialis, yeah.
Yeah, so that area is where like straight up and down, like the inner tibia area.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
it's
Gotcha. Yeah. That's
like
it's
that
so
seems to where I feel it. So I think that's where it was. I think that is where she did it. I could
yep.
be wrong.
Yeah, it's that little sliver of muscle in the front, but they'll do it in a different spot. But where they release that fascia, I felt that like crazy. I think that was
Yeah.
bone break. When they go through that soft tissue, it really hurt. Felt like an inferno of fire. So that's why I ask about that. If patients don't get the fasciotomy, they're like, "Oh, tibias aren't that bad." I'm like, then the patients that do get it, they're like, "Oh, it was hell," you know. So,
Yeah, I think she does that for everyone.
does
I
she?
think it's I mean, as far as I know, I
Well,
don't
everyone wants
want
to
to
go
speak
for
for her, but
7. I
I
mean,
think
yeah.
as far as I know, if I got it, most likely everyone else got it too, but I don't know for sure. But I know I signed it on the form, like when I was right before surgery. It says anterior fasciotomy, blocking screws,
Yeah.
syndesmotic screws, tibia and fibula osteotomy, and I kept repeating that to myself after the surgery. Like, oh, this is what I get. Myself.
Yeah. I'll tell you that is good that she did that for you because you're going for like a substantial amount of length on the tibia, 7
Yeah.
or even anything over like 4 or 5. I mean, is
Yeah.
an extreme amount. So you're definitely going to need that because
Yeah.
that's great. Okay, very cool, man. Well, we're gonna keep us posted because tibia lengthening is a lot less common than femur lengthening. So it's really cool to kind of go through the process with you as a quadrilateral patient. So
I think I'll be
cool.
master distractor, evolve back to master distractor tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'll be
Tomorrow.
lengthening tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you
Yeah.
just keep the ERC or did they have to give you a new one?
They took it back for like 30 days and gave me a new one. The new one looks nicer. I mean, they're not nice. It just looks a bit newer, but it's not the newer purple ones from space. These were old ones from the 1980s that
The black one. I had the black one, yeah.
I don't think Canada has approved the purple ones.
Really? That's interesting.
What was the pain like after surgery compared to the femurs?
It was more. Yeah, I think femurs I was like flying. I was super. Didn't feel much. It was more like after surgery. It was more the knee pain. I was having a lot of trouble doing transfers, like sit up and down, sitting down with the knees. And that was really not fun. And then after 3 days it went away, and then on 4th day I was back to basically fully functional, very slow, moving very slow but very functional, doing transfers everywhere, and I'm also by myself too. Right, I don't have like help this time, so I'm simply managing fine though. So last time my mom was here for like a month and a half, but this time I had the dude that came on last time, Red Samurai, like this guy I met off Discord or YouTube or whatever on Victor, my thing. We just random strangers that help each other, right? So he came and he was my ride. He was my accompaniment back home, and then he just stayed with me the entire night and made sure I was okay. And he went back to his origin country. Because he came to see Dr. G, because Dr. G makes everyone fly in to make sure she knows who he's they're serious about the procedure and stuff. So he came for that first consult, and then I'm gonna really thank him because he really helped me out for that. It's just through your community, Victor. It's like you just meet random strangers, and they meet each other and they help each other out.
That's what it's all about, man. Paying it forward. I love it. All right, guys. So today, now that we all did patient updates, I actually want to kind of start to give a few tips to new patients who are considering this. They're really looking to it pretty seriously. It's a very involved procedure. As you know, we had Dr. Robbins on last week. He was like, look, it's serious. And you guys know it's serious. It's an awesome transformative procedure. It can get you from point A to point B in terms of height gain, but there's a lot that goes into it. So I'm going to kind of like ask you guys some questions. There's some questions here in the chat. We're gonna go through the chat first. There's a few questions I have, and then we'll probably wrap it up after that. But alrighty. So let's see what we got here. So this one is from Zeo. He's saying, I will have cosmetic limb lengthening surgery in 1 week. To prepare myself, I did some stretches, but mostly I tried to get myself fit with running and upper body workouts. I'm currently 115 pounds and will use the 10.7 nails. So his question is, any idea what I should do to prepare myself? So I'm going to throw this to Codeman Red, and kind of like he can kind of give him some tips.
So, is the question just, do they feel prepared? I mean, I would definitely get as flexible as you can before surgery, safely. I think I prioritized that a lot. And, of course, I still lost flexibility like everybody does, but I was thankful for starting at like the max flexibility as my body could get, So you said you did running. I did as well. So I would have to agree that that's a good thing. I didn't overdo it, but like I kind of got it in there before I knew I couldn't do that for a while, and to kind of lean up. And definitely upper body. I focused on dips because it's like you're going to do that motion and variations of that so much throughout healing. And so I definitely benefited from that too, especially in the very first days when your legs aren't doing any of the lifting. At least that was my experience. And so I was like, wow, my arms are my legs right now. They're the only thing lifting me up. So that's what I would say. And luckily you don't have too much body weight to navigate. But yeah, so if you hit your lower body, then you're set. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Fantastic advice. Master Broken Legs, do you have any tips for him, how Zeo can prepare?
Yeah, I mean, I did running for like 1 hour every day to sometimes 2.5 hours, or raw throttle weight to make sure I'm not too heavy. But maybe you want to go too much with that. And then the dips, like Codeman Red said, that's definitely helpful. And did the stretching that was on your YouTube, Victor, some of those, and also some rehab stretches from CLLC. I'm assuming he's doing femurs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, to prepare, if you can get, hopefully he has like the logistical things like caretaker if necessary. I think if he might need it. Is he just asking physically?
Yeah, I mean, I
in
think
general?
you guys really nailed it on the head there. It's like, yeah, like physically, mainly. It's just like I think that one thing that you both have said is like running. I think he kind of said that he's doing some of that.
Yeah.
He's doing some running, some stretches. I think that's really all you can do. Keep your upper body strong, like Codeman Red said.
Yeah.
Get fit, but at the same time, don't overly too involved in like stretches. Don't try to do anything drastic because it's not going to help you tremendously. Just make small gradual changes over time. I'd say, anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks out, if you know you're going to get it. You're in 1 week, so I wouldn't go crazy from this point.
Exactly. Yeah, I think he should need to focus on like balanced nutrition and make sure his body is ready for the impact kind of deal.
Yeah.
If it's very soon, right? And maybe just don't stress out too much.
I would also say to, I mean, you're so close to it, but you can still get one more set in there or whatever. But strengthen those stabilizer muscles that are going to atrophy after surgery. That's also something I did to prepare. And this is also for other people listening, right? But when you're leading up to it, do those kind of, I think they're called bridges. And then also you're laying on a mat or whatever, and then you're laying on your side and do kind of leg lifts. You're going to want to look up the right way to do that, but strengthen your hips and like hip, stabilizer muscles, glutes, all that, because they are going to atrophy as you're more bedridden after surgery. So you want to try to counter that loss.
I love that you just said that, because a lot of people think that they just stop training altogether, and that's not what you want to do. I think that as long as you work out intelligently, you're fine, right? Like he said, pelvic stability is so important for femur lengtheners. So the glute bridges, the side leg raises to work on the abductor muscles. Strengthen and stabilize. You don't have to build. You don't have to. There's no way you're going to build muscle in a week anyway. But just strengthen and tone, right? Because those are going to help maintain what you do have, and it's going to prevent loss and help you have a faster rebound on the other side. So great advice, Codeman Red.
I one more that I wish I had knew before. I should have practiced transferring.
Yeah.
I wish I did that more. Just sit to stand with a walker, or if you have a walker or crutches right now, I would practice and just sitting down, putting weight on your arms and sitting down. Like that was a bit tricky to get used to, maybe in the first like day or two, and then well, that was something I wish I practiced a bit more. But I mean, you'll get used to it.
I love that. That is a overlooked aspect of this whole thing. It's like practicing with, assistive devices, how to transfer, pivot, maneuver yourself in and out of bed, the walker, the wheelchair. Look, that's incredibly valuable. I mean, I actually did a video on that years ago, and I need to do. I'm gonna, like I said, I swear I'm gonna get back to everything soon. It's just so hard, but it's a video that shows you practicing. Call it like a practice run or a dry run, right? Do a dry run. Get all the assistive devices and spend a day saying, how would I get out of bed if I didn't have use of my legs from waist down, right? And you can kind of play around with it and just see how it's going to be. And you can say, okay, you can even get a weight scale and measure how much weight you're putting through your legs with the walker. And that can kind of give you an idea of what lengthening will be like. So you can definitely do that.
And don't hurt your arms though.
I sent you a link,
yeah.
Victor, of a stair climbing assist cane that's just like the one that I used, and that's what helped me get up and down the stairs. My living quarters has staircases, but there's one railing. But while you're healing, it's kind of hard to do that and take your walker once you do start kind of going up and down the stairs. But if you have this cane, you can kind of use the cane and your railing as kind of like you would your walker, and it's supporting you, and you're just kind of gently lowering yourself down, taking your weight off, and it really frees you up if you do have to deal with stairs, because otherwise you have to get down on your butt and try to go down the stairs, or you try to, like, I don't know, take your walker, but that's almost impossible in the beginning. And then also another trick is, did you get the link, Victor?
I did. Yeah. I'm gonna get it right now. I'm pulling it up.
Because before it was showing as unavailable when I gave you the original.
I remember that. I put a similar one on there, but this one is the one you got, right?
This is. It looks exactly like it. Yeah.
Okay. Let me share my screen right now so everybody can see.
But yeah, so that is something I would really suggest for people, because you can even a trick is if you have to go down the stairs, you're using this cane. If you have to bring your walker with you, your regular one, you fold it up. You kind of line it up with the handle, and you hold it in one hand sideways, and you just go down the stairs carefully, and you can take it with you.
That is crazy. If you see this here, look at that. That is an amazing device, guys. Seriously,
so supportive. Crazy.
Look at that. I mean, it's perfect. When I first saw this, I was like, how did I miss this? Like, out of all the patients that I've talked to, nobody's ever been. Codeman Red is brilliant. Like, this is, and you just used one of them, right? One side.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. And you use the railing on the other side? Is that
I suppose, if you have stairs that don't have railings, there you go, get two and do that. Yeah.
So guys, he would use the railing on one side and use this on the other side, and you can navigate the stairs so much easier. So like this lady's doing here and the man's doing, you can literally navigate the stairs, which is incredibly useful if you have a staircase in your place and you're not all first floor. So awesome. Great tip. Great. This is what I'm talking about. Pro patients helping out, past patients, or future patients. Alrighty. So let's see. Let's get back to the chat. Let me stop sharing here. How do I do that? Okay. All right. So this question, I've thought about doing this. I'm 5'5", short guy. Well, Wolverine. Yeah, these are some patients you can ask some questions about. So he's saying, since you have metal in your legs, it's unbreakable now. It's not adamantium. Where is the PMAX? Look, we just, what Aaron told us, he said that he heard from Dr. Paley that it might come out sometime early next year, mid next year. So fingers crossed, we're hoping, but not sure. But all right. So that looks like all the questions in the chat, but I have a few questions to these guys on the panel. I know that Aaron and Noah had to go, but I want to ask Codeman Red a few questions that might be helpful for future patients. And obviously we talked about the pain, we talked about the lengthening process, but I want to kind of ask him, Codeman Red, about the the mental aspect? Because a lot of people don't really focus on that. They focus on the physical. It's a physical procedure. But what is it like at different phases of the lengthening process? Like in the first few weeks when you first have this done, in my experience from talking to a lot of patients, they've told me that they often regret getting it done because the pain is really crazy through the roof. And then they get through the pain phase and they're like, oh, it's not that bad. Then the lengthening starts and they're like, oh crap, it gets hard again. And then they start to see the, the light at the end of it.
Right.
So tell me about your experience.
Right. So the first couple of weeks, mentally, I mean, it was one of the factors that what affected me mentally was the pain level too. But going into it, um, I was thinking how exciting it would be to lengthen your leg 4 times a day. That thought of that you were getting taller just continually is thought was so cool. And so I had that excitement going in. The surgery pain was real afterwards, but it did not make me regret it at all. I was just like, oh shit, this is real. Like it becomes very real. I guess when I was walking down the hallway and you see surgery waiting room and you're just like, oh man, there's no getting out of this. You really did it, so it's a little, there's some fear that pops up, but you just got to suck it up and just, I looked at it like, as long as you just keep taking the next step and, let them put you under, you're going to wake up and you're just, all it's a matter of is just healing. And then the first couple of weeks, it, I think it's fine because you're just like healing from surgery and no regret. Honestly, I did take the oxy pain relievers, so it did give me a boost in mood. I was kind of in this lovey-dovey mood. I remember the personal trainer was like telling me how to transfer and get up and down the stairs and stuff, and I was just like couldn't wait or something. I was pretty happy. And then once you start lengthening, for me, that was freaky. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm really doing this to my leg. And so many times a day, just right off the bat, I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But eventually it becomes normal and your body gets used to it. Mine did. And yeah, so you just kind of have to stick through it. But yeah.
That is awesome. I mean, you're so insightful when you come on. I really like when you share all these tips. They're so valuable. And like you said, it's kind of like up and down at different phases. It's like a roller coaster. And I think a lot of patients they overlook the mental aspect of this. It's probably equally as hard mentally as it is physically, if not harder. Because it's a long process. And not only that, you're removed from your social life. Predominantly. I mean, you could still go out and do things you were talking about, going to the gym and things like that, but for the most part, you're not doing them regularly or normally.
No, not until the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that second half is, I would say, well, I know it gets harder with the flexibility, but it's also was easier for me in a way. I'm not sure why near the end. Maybe I was just like so psyched to almost be getting to the consolidation phase, but there was a certain amount of your body getting used to it near the end. So that's interesting. So I would say the first half is the hardest half.
That's interesting that you bring that up. That's so cool. All right. So a question right here for you, Codeman Red. Kirk saying, would you consider doing tibias?
I've been thinking about that, and
Do it.
I think I'm gonna wait on it for now. That's where I'm leaning. Just because I have other things I'd like to pursue and get going on, and I feel like I still would totally be fine to do it in a couple years, and just let my body fully regulate. Because I realized just little stuff like today, my flexibility is almost, I mean, it feels really normal. Now it's within, I would say, the normal range of a person, but like maybe not as flexible as I know I am. But like the nerves in my shins, I think everybody or a lot of people experience that front shin nerve numbness slash odd, a little bit sore feeling. That I think I've just gotten so used to, but that's still there a little bit on my right leg. On the left one, it's barely there, but like I would want that to be fully gone and out of the picture before I like consider doing that. So we'll see how I feel around the time that I would be getting the nails removed from my femur. And then I think one factor is the precise max, I think, should be out by that time. And then, maybe, because although, it is pretty cool to hear Master Broken Legs saying like, it was worse, but like, I mean, he's there, he survived, it's, I don't know. It's just, I am happy with my height, and I don't need to, I just would hate to like throw off my proportions and be like a little out, but yeah. So right now I'm leaning towards, I'm happy with no.
Okay, very cool, but it could go either way in the future.
Yeah.
That's interesting. He's leaving the door open. I like that. I like that. All right, so Master Broken Legs. The next question here, this one from Popular Vibes. He actually has like kind of 2 follow-up questions. But he's saying, I'm doing femurs right now, 7.6 centimeters, no problems, no pain so far. But he says, can you explain what pain should feel like at this point?
Sorry, how far along is it?
7.6 on his femurs. I'm guessing. Femurs.
Oh, so he's pretty far along then. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very abnormal with the femurs. I didn't, after we slowed down, I really had no pain. Like I was off Tylenol, everything. Like after 4 centimeters, 4 or 5 centimeters, because I went really slow. So I don't know. Like I at that point, when I was 7.6, I had no pain, like nothing. Like we slowed down to physio like sometimes once a week or twice a week but I went really slow, right? So I stopped for 2 weeks. My doctor G gave me an option to stop for a week or 2 weeks, but she preferred 2 weeks, so we stopped for 2 weeks, and also we went at like 0.75, 0.5, or 0.5, 0.25. So I think it took before I did accordion, I think like 4.5 months altogether. So I didn't have anything at that point. So I'm very unhelpful there. But I know other people have various issues at that point because it's like at the end. So I know some people have nerve issues. Some people have a lot of tightness. Yeah, I don't know. In my personal experience, I I had nothing, which is lucky.
That's so interesting you bring that up, because I think Codeman Red just said it. He said that basically it's like the first half can be like the hardest half. And look, it can get extremely tight. I know a lot of patients, femur patients, they start getting little mild contractures at the end there, and they resolve over time. But tightness is really the biggest thing you might feel at the end, or nerve pain. But actual pain, that's really front loaded in limb lengthening. It's like in the first few weeks, and then it kind of resolves and reduces over time. But this is so helpful. You guys are just sharing all your knowledge from your experience. All right, so this one from John Jacobs. Wasn't that like a little John Jacobs? Anyway, great show, Cyborg. I'm not a fan of using painkillers or muscle relaxers, especially for months at a time. Have any of your guests attempted limb lengthening without the drugs? Are they absolutely needed? So Codeman Red, what do you think about using painkillers or not?
As far as what I did, I kind of just followed the protocol and took the initial prescription for, I think I took oxycodone. It is, and I did take the muscle relaxers. I didn't really know that it was like super bad. I definitely made sure I didn't overdo the oxy. So I was like limiting myself. I didn't like, take 2 if I didn't need it. And then I weaned off at the end, stretching it out more and more so that I didn't have any rebound effect. And I think that was useful for, just getting through the night and getting sleep and stuff, because it is constant. For me, it was constant aching in the beginning, right when you're starting to grow. Those bones, like I remember, it's like there was no actually getting comfortable. You would kind of move and reposition. It was like, oh, no, it still hurts. It feels like weight on your legs or something. So, but there may be other alternatives if you can find them that work for you. But even like, and then muscle relaxers, if you have another alternative, maybe that works. But that just seemed straightforward to me as far as like, because you're stretching them out. So yeah. So I definitely needed them.
Sorry, Victor, can I jump in with three
Yeah,
things?
absolutely. I was going to go to you next. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of this question, for femurs, I really didn't like for dilaudid, we take maybe 4 or 5 days, and then naproxen for about a week to 10 days, and then after that, just Tylenol, and then I stopped the Tylenol after like 4 or 5 centimeters. So I was basically on no drugs. It was, I think, just slowing. I think what helps is slowing down, and the Botox probably helps because I think a lot of patients up here are having like similar thing that I think helps with the pain with the lengthening. And maybe I was more of a flexible person. So really, I didn't, and the movement. And so in terms of for if you want to do it without drugs, I really didn't take much drugs at all. I think the most thing was like Dilaudid for the first for femurs for 4 or 5 days, and for tibia, I just stopped Dilaudid. I took it in the morning today. I'm not gonna take it tomorrow. I took it I think twice 2 days ago, but only in the morning. So I'm off pretty much narcotics. I guess as of tomorrow, and naproxen I'll take for 1 more day, and then I'm back just on Tylenol.
One
So
thing
really, I don't take much drug. I don't take much drugs.
One
two
thing
more things. Yeah, sorry.
All right, go ahead. I was just going to add in that one thing that I didn't take as far as drugs is the nerve pain killer or whatever for the nerve pain. I took a natural remedy, which is simply alpha lipoic acid and other things included. I don't know if you still have that link.
I have to find the link, but I did put that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's if you have it somewhere, that's fine. But you know, for the person that said that in the thing, check out where maybe Victor's website. Is it on your website?
I think it's on my website or one of the links, but I'm gonna make sure it's known in a video if it's coming up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that one I think worked like a charm for me, and my nerve pain went away. So if there's one thing you can X out and try, that remedy, and then but yeah, so I feel like that's the one I remember.
I love that you brought that up, Codeman Red, because what he's talking about is during femur lengthening, a lot of patients get nerve irritation, nerve pain, and they'll take gabapentin or Lyrica to kind of like knock that off. But you have to kind of go on it, and you have to wean yourself off. There's a whole lot of that goes about. There's potential side effects depending on the patient and how they metabolize it. But there's a natural remedy. He found ALA, alpha lipoic acid, and it's a pretty potent in terms of what he told me for femur lengthening. How fast did it knock off your nerve pain?
It seemed to work like within a week because there's also B1, B12, a lot of things that your nerves need. Benfotiamine or something, which I guess is some nice blend for nerve repair and rebuild. So you're just kind of working with your body there. Oh, and it's on a side note, it's really nice. It supports your metabolism too, so you it drops fat. You know,
it's in fat loss supplements too. That's why when you said it, I was like, this is so interesting. And then I looked into the research, biomedical background here, and I was just like so fascinated. There's actual literature on it. But yeah, like I said, guys, there's gonna be some good content coming out. But Codeman Red finding that, look, when you go through something like this where your body's surrounded in this crazy rigorous process, you want to kind of find as many natural remedies as possible. Even Dr. Robbins said it last week. It's like if you can find CBD gummies and you can do that to knock off the pain, then it's another alternative instead of using heavy narcotics. And like Master Broken Legs said, I was like him taking the heavy stuff for about 7, maybe 10 days, found a way to go right to Tylenol, and that was just, I felt so much better, right? My cognition was better. I felt more like myself. And these are the tips that I want to kind of give to you, prospective patients, current patients that are going through this. If you can kind of make the process a lot smoother for yourself from taking tips from past patients, that's what it's all about. That's how we evolve this limb lengthening process. It's like patients could teach other patients, and they make the industry better. Because surgeons, they're the bone carpenters. They know how to do the surgery. Physical therapists know how to stretch your muscles. But who finds out all the little, nuances and the little gaps in the, I think that's where the nooks and crannies come in, is from past patients. So very cool. We are going to go along here in the chat. There's some more questions. I'm going to wrap it up. We're getting on the hour here, but Carlos, I think I just answered this about PMAX. We don't know, so we just gotta wait, man.
And that was, I think that's the point. I think movement is like very important for
Yeah,
get rid of everything.
absolutely.
Get rid of all your pains. Just whatever movement you're allowed to do. So
I love
that's
that you brought that up because when Noah was doing his little mini cycle earlier, it's like he was worried, like, is this okay to do? I think it's incredible to do. Not a lot of resistance, just extra blood flow. Your body releases these natural endorphins. And I think that it was like on 60 Minutes this past week, and Peter Attia was on there, and he obviously has like this whole lab thing that he kind of brings people out and kind of goes through this consultation process and kind of helps guide them to a fit, healthy, happy, pain-free life. And long story short is, if you can find a way to kind of get your body to do what it's naturally made to do during the lengthening process, even little bits of it, you can really find that you will eliminate a lot of the pain and a lot of the discomfort along the way. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to start walking and hitting backflips. Your legs are broken. But if you can find ways to mitigate and reduce the pain, you'll sleep better. Master broken legs. I wanted to ask you about sleeping with the tibias. Is it any easier now that with tibia lengthening than femurs?
I had more trouble with the tibia sleeping, so
Interesting.
but I think for advice for the patient that was asking before, like what they can do to prepare, learn to sleep on your back. So that's one thing. I always slept on my back, so I never really had any issues. I think I was just the wraps were making me uncomfortable. Just the compression stuff. So I think now I just off it might be better.
Will you be wearing the night splint?
Yes, I'll be wearing a night splint. So I gotta get used to.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to start that tomorrow. So that I'm looking forward to. I think it's going to be more of a challenge sleeping for tibias. I think femurs I had no issues with sleeping, but let's see. I mean, it could also be the temperature changing around here, and I'm not really liking it because like it's going cold now, and my heater is just really annoying. So that could be like environmental factors. But yeah, so.
Gotcha.
But I think for anyone just doing this, you got to sleep on your back. So that's something to really prepare. And also another very practical thing I would say for anyone doing tibias, get adjustable slippers that are not going to slip because you can't really wear shoes.
Very, very, very good tip. I remember I had to wear those little hospital socks a lot because they had the gripper, But I think
today I went outside, it's in slippers. Like I couldn't freaking put shoes on. So.
Yeah, it was HJ a long time ago. He talked about like these grippy foot sock things that are like a little bit more robust and durable than the hospital socks. But anyway, all right. Last couple questions here. This one for Codeman Red. Would you think going for 8 centimeters or 9 centimeters will make a big difference on proportions? I'm 175 starting height. I guess.
Yes, I do. 1 centimeter, I think you could notice it. 175, remind me around how tall that is, kind of like in
5'9". Yeah.
5'9". Okay. But I mean, see, that's the thing, is that seems 8 centimeters is what you kind of see a lot more on people. But did you say you're wanting to do it all in femurs? That would make a difference. If you're splitting it up, then not as much of a difference. Then you could probably get away with one. If 8 centimeters looks great, 9 centimeters is going to look good, but you will see it, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because proportions is another big thing that new patients think about. So I want to talk about that real briefly. And then we have one more question from Kirk K. So proportions, I agree. I think that if you are approaching your threshold, everybody has a threshold depending on their starting length, how they look, and pictures really tell a whole different story than numbers. But I agree with Codeman Red. I think 1 centimeter can make a difference because it's pretty substantial. It's half an inch. But I think that we just have to go by the pictures. But
you know what? And I think I saw somebody doing if I'm guessing right, he is probably doing his femurs, or they are, and they're, because they said they're at 7.6 up further in the thing, and then now they're 8, and then want to do 8 or 9. I mean, obviously, just you know, kind of really look in the mirror as you're going, and consider. But also take into account that your legs will even out after you stop, and it will look better. But I saw a guy that did 9 centimeters, and it depends on your starting proportions too. If you had a little bit longer thigh, it's gonna be, you're not gonna get away with as much as compared to your tibia. So it's something to consider. Yeah.
And that's another tip, is like when you're looking at yourself in the mirror when you're doing lengthening, if you, one illusion that'll jump out that can mess you up is how thin your legs get because of the atrophy. So you might want to wear something like not super baggy pants, but pants that are like, let's say windbreakers or those joggers that kind of like fall straight, because then you can kind of just look at your leg length and not so much the you'll look at, like, if you look at your leg size, it'll mess with your head, like, oh my gosh, my legs look too long. It's because your leg mass has atrophied. Wait till that comes back. He said it. Codeman Red just said it. It's like when you stop, mass starts to fill back in, your legs kind of like normalize, they plump back out, and things look a lot better. So
Totally.
okay. This one for Master Broken Legs. For tibia, at what length do people start developing ballerina foot? Say foot dorsiflexion can't bend less than 90 degrees.
I don't know if there's an exact length, but I know most people go to 5. So I would say around 4 or 5 is when they start doing it, but I don't know the exact number. I think it's patient dependent based on people's flexibility. So I would say, I would think the average is 45, and I know past 5, it's more of a challenge if anyone is attempting to go past that. Um,
Yep.
But yeah, but I think it really depends on the people.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry, yeah.
I started to get mine because of the amount of muscle that I had going into it is probably around 3.2, 3.3. But then, you know, actually probably 3 flat. And then I had to really stretch a lot because I only did 4. But the point is that 4 was like 6 because of the amount of muscle that I had, right? A lot of tension. So like he said, it's going to be patient dependent. So we can't really give you a number, but I would say that it's probably in the range of like 40 to 60% of the max extreme length for tibia. So that's anywhere from 3.5 to 5 centimeters. You're going to get like a mild amount of ballerina foot, which is Aquinas contracture. Every patient gets some, I think. I don't know any tibia patient that has never got a little bit. The point is not get a lot where you can't recover from it. So
yeah, if you get a lot, you're gonna stop.
Exactly.
But to prevent it, the things are the boots and, you know, physio and constantly calf board and stuff like this. So fighting it all the time.
100%. Okay, popular vibes. He's only doing femur. Okay, cool. All right, well, guys, I love this stream. This was a great panel today. We had Noah, Aaron, Codeman Red, Master Broken Legs, all these amazing patients on to kind of give you guys tips. They did their patient updates at the beginning, and obviously you can go. Codeman Red brought amazing content with him. Aaron brought some X-rays with him. Noah was doing his biking, and then Master Broken Legs actually has a YouTube channel, which I'll post in the when I do the timestamps later. In the description as well. So you can check out his channel. He's posted a lot of updates, and I think it's really helpful for patients to look at that. So I encourage you to check that out. Yeah, and I appreciate everybody in the chat asking great questions. Next week, if I can really pull all of them together, I'm trying to get a few surgeons on to talk about some topics that have been ruminating around the limb lengthening industry lately. But yeah, I think we're going to have Dr. Marie Godelovich on. I'm going to try to get, obviously, Dr. Burkholz is in the US right now. He's at a conference, I think, in somewhere, and he's on the East Coast, so it's good timing to get him on next Thursday. We're gonna try to get I think Dr. Asiak, Dr. Conway. I'm gonna try to ask
Is he coming to Montreal?
What's that?
Is he coming to Montreal, Dr. Burkholz?
Oh no, he's not. I think he's in the US. He's in the US for some.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna try to talk about some topics that they have, but they're gonna try to give you guys some updates about things that are happening on their perspective. And then we'll obviously do a Q&A with them. So bring your questions, and then yeah, we'll be back the following week with probably more patient updates, and we'll roll into the fall with some cool live streams and stuff. And I'll be getting back to content soon enough. Just still catching up. Gotta love that. So all right, guys. Kirk K said, great show. Thanks all. Thank you for asking, Kirk K. You're amazing. Ben, I saw you in here, my MVP. I never forget you. I gotta find you in here, give you a shout out. You're always in here. Yeah, guys, I appreciate it. There he is. There he is. There's my boy Ben. He's always on our stream. Yeah, W stream. All right, guys. Well, yeah, that's right. Codeman Red. Happy Halloween to all you guys. And until next time, this is Victor from Cyborg for Life. These amazing patients signing out. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.